Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the NIBIRU channel. It is October 27th, 2016, and the Earth is being rocked. First by meteors, now by earthquakes and volcanoes. We filed this report.
Well, we have been monitoring all of the earthquake activity around the Earth for the past 48 hours. There have been some absolutely devastating earthquakes over in the Italian region, central Italy. I was actually trying to get a hold of a cousin of mine that lives in the Florence, Italy area, which is several miles north of the epicenter of these last two quakes. I did finally reach him this morning, and he said that the quakes and the aftershocks were absolutely devastating. He said there is a lot of damage. There is a lot of damage to historical buildings and churches in the region. We went ahead first thing this morning, started pulling up information on the earthquake activity, and it is rampant throughout almost the entire world. 15 minutes ago in Alaska, magnitude 4.9. Right off the coast of California, a small magnitude 1.46, but it was very deep. Right now in Peru, magnitude 4.5. Chile, magnitude 4.6. Right over in the Ascension Islands, northeast the Ascension Islands, 11 hours ago, magnitude 5.2. There are earthquakes rocking in every region as we speak. Let's go ahead and his YouTube channel. I think he gives the absolute best earthquake analysis I've ever seen. And the guy is absolutely fantastic. If you're interested in earthquake monitoring, I would definitely say, listen, go over to Dutch's YouTube channel and subscribe, because he actually goes live with his YouTube channel and does a fantastic job. But let's take a listen as he talks about this Italian quake real quick.
Hello everybody, it is 12:56 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday, October 26, 2016. Italy. And if you guys watched my update this morning, which if you were on the live stream, I think there was only about 100 people in here, but we talked about the 5.7, 5.8 that struck just north of Iran at the start of today, and how we needed to watch to the west for an increase in activity, that Italy was going to be under stress, and that new activity over to the east is going to push to the west and take us up by a full magnitude up in the watch. And we issued a watch last night for 4.5, and now here we are with an exact 1 magnitude greater earthquake striking right in our warned area.
Now, Dutch actually called this. He actually predicted this earthquake to occur in the central Italy region. And like I said, I think this guy puts on the best earthquake monitoring that I've ever seen. I mean, I think he's better than the USGS. At least he doesn't lie about it. Right now, we're finding out once again the USGS is downgrading these earthquakes in the United States because other monitoring stations are coming up with different figures. The USGS is downplaying these events. And to me, I mean, that's just wrong. If you live in an earthquake region in the United States, you should have the right to accurate information and accurate warning. But let's listen to Dutch again.
In central Italy. So they had multiple days warning for this activity to strike, and then the 5.7 today really kicked things off and pushed things to the west, causing this 5.5. I guarantee you it was felt in the region, may have caused some pretty noteworthy damage since it was already struck several weeks ago and 300 people were killed in a 6.0 earthquake. This is only a half magnitude less than the 6.0.
Now, he also filed another report, and we're going to go ahead and catch that real quick because Dutch stays up on this. He's got some great technology there. He has a fantastic platform for his YouTube channel here and his earthquake monitoring. So let's take a listen and let's get some updated information on Italy because they're probably going to get rocked again.
A 5.8 magnitude earthquake struck first, and it was downgraded to 5.4, but Europeans have it at 5.8, that struck just east of the Caspian Sea, north of Iran and South Russia. That's what kicked off the day. Then, to the west, shortly thereafter, a 5.5, which you see on the map down at the bottom of the list. This is what kicked things off, 5.5. Then, a swarm of 3s and 4s and other 5s, topping out with another 6.1 earthquake.
Well, listen, folks, if any of you have never been in an earthquake, a 6.1 earthquake can be very, very devastating. Very devastating. These folks, there's probably going to be some loss of life in this Italian region. And just real quick, we're going to go ahead and jump over here to a report from a European news station, and you're going to actually see some of this devastation in Italy. Now, I've been to Italy, oh my goodness, probably 20 times or more. They don't use a lot of wood in the region. They use a lot of massive, thick concrete and stone. Their structures are pretty solid. Now, some of the structures are very old, but still, they've been standing for hundreds of years. And it's just showing you the magnitude of these earthquakes in the region. Now, to me, there's something very suspicious because we seem to be going through these heavy phases of earthquake activity for about the last 60 days. Now, in relation to NIBIRU and NIBIRU coming closer to Earth and causing this friction with Earth, yes, there is that possibility. Those are my thoughts. You can form your own opinions. I was up late last night till almost 3 o'clock in the morning doing some very in-depth research on what is going on in the NIBIRU research. And later on today, I'm going to be coming out with some very vital information. So please stay tuned to that. But let's take a listen to the Italian earthquake report.
Well, these are the devastating scenes that central Italy has been waking up to this morning. These are live pictures from the town of Amatrice, one of the towns badly affected in a powerful earthquake overnight, which hit in the early hours when most people were asleep. As you can see, the devastation is clear. The weight of this earthquake, a magnitude 6.2, hit the central region of Italy and has brought down buildings, reduced them to rubble, buckled roads, and also left many people trapped inside buildings as well.
Now, folks, like I was telling you, the structures in Italy, they're very, very solid. Look at the chunk of rock. Look at this, how thick this structure was. And this earthquake literally just crushed buildings. Now, whenever I spoke with my cousin in Florence, he told me, he said, Scott, this was devastating. The tremors were devastating. It went on and on and on. Now, I couldn't even imagine being in this situation. I have never been in an earthquake. I've been in a lot of hurricanes, but I've never felt the ground rumble underneath me. And folks, this is occurring all over the world. Our earth is rumbling right now, and it doesn't seem to be publicized that much in the media. The reasons, we don't know. Is there some very vicious solar activity that's causing the pull on the tectonic plates on Earth? I think that's a high possibility. What is interacting with the sun to cause these issues? Well, my thoughts would be the sun interacting with NIBIRU. I believe Nibiru is getting ready for its exodus as it gets closer to breaking the sun's gravitational hold. I think these things are going to occur. So not only are we seeing increased earthquake activity around the world, which some of these earthquakes are stretching over magnitude 4, magnitude 5, and hitting in the magnitude 6 regions, we are also seeing increased volcanic activity around the world. These small red triangles, these are active volcanoes all along this region of South America, going up into Mexico, clear all the way into the South Pacific. These are all active volcanoes. Now, there was a pretty good eruption in Colombia the other day, and it's still erupting. The Nevada del Ruiz volcano spewing volcanic ash more than 20,000 feet into the air. Now, the YouTube channel Suspicious Observers, they do a fantastic job of monitoring space weather, earthquake activity, volcanic activity.
Also had a strong volcanic event as Nevada del Ruiz sends ash more than 20,000 feet high. Just north of that in Medellin, the highway to Bogota has been buried by a landslide. Absolutely brutal images there. Lastly,
so basically, folks, it seems to me that something is definitely affecting the Earth. We keep track of all of it. And then late in the summer, we had the absolutely horrifying effects of all of those hurricanes that were just spewing off of the coast of Africa, coming across the Atlantic. Hurricane Matthew just absolutely devastating Haiti and creeping up the east coast of the United States from Florida all the way up into South Carolina, North Carolina. So there is definitely something affecting the Earth in a very, very bad way. Now, we've been investigating this now the entire year. I myself have been monitoring these situations now the entire year. Something is disrupting the sun. Something is disrupting the Earth. If these cataclysmic events that we're seeing right now start to increase as we go into November and December and then January, we're going to have to start thinking in the way that I'm thinking, and there is something out there, and it is interacting with the sun, and it is causing the sun to interact with the Earth in a very bad way. Yes, there's going to be the people that say, okay, this happens all the time. Earthquakes happen, volcanoes happen, hurricanes happen. It's just a fact of nature. Well, folks, we have seen massive increases in all of these things. Not just this past summer. It's stretching into the fall. And if this stretches into the winter time, then we're going to have to open up our eyes, and we're going to have to start paying much more closer attention. If you live in any of these regions where you have earthquake activity, prepare yourself. Start opening up your ears and listening to what's going on around you. If you live in any area where there is volcanic activity, even if the volcano hasn't erupted in 100 years, these volcanoes can become instantly disruptive and explode. We've just recently seen it. All of those people were trapped on that one mountainside hiking. I did a story on it. The actual location slipping my mind right now. I don't know if it was in Indonesia but those people were trapped. 380 people trapped, and that volcano went haywire. This volcano down in Colombia, 20,000 feet, spewing ash into the sky. So if you live in any of these areas, you're hearing this message, heed the warning. start paying attention to what is going on. Now, later on today, we're going to be filing some other reports, video reports, on things that I am finding out that are in direct relation to NIBIRU, Planet X, and another suspicious planet that is outside of our solar system, out past Pluto. And I've been working on this now for almost 20 hours, beginning at 2 o'clock in the morning yesterday. And I'm finding that there is a very huge possibility that we may have another interaction with another planet in our solar system that NASA knows about. NASA has named it, but I'm going to come out with that report later on this afternoon. So just make sure you stay tuned.
I'd like to